So how do you grow your business instantly? I know. Why don't you sell internationally? There are lots of people doing it. So how do you do that? Well, it's quite simple, really. What you do is you just translate your website into different languages. You market to those countries, and hey, presto, you've got loads of sales. Great, isn't it? No, because the hardest part about international delivery is getting it there and also avoiding returns. And when I mean returns, I don't mean the normal returns that people give you. I mean returns because you can't even get your product through customs. And unlike domestic deliveries, international deliveries cost, of course. And this means that actually, whilst you might have a higher basket value because the percentage of delivery is much higher, it also means that actually higher delivery costs may deter customers from buying from your site in the first place. So what do you need to do? Well, number one, you need to choose your countries carefully. Choose those countries where the duty is relatively low. In other words, the threshold for import is high. Places like, obviously, the EU, there's no duty. But above that, you've got the USA and you've got Australia, where you can import up to $900 or $1,000 before you need to pay any sort of duty whatsoever. So number two is actually choose different delivery services to deliver to different countries. Now, you probably start off with just using the existing domestic delivery services that you have and using their international services that they offer. This is not necessarily the cheapest way of doing it, but it's the easiest way to get onto the international bandwagon. The problem is the way they charge is that they tend to have zones for particular countries and the cost is much higher. So the secret is to use some of the carriers that now specialize in specific countries. They call them lanes, so specific lanes. So a specific lane to Russia, a specific lane to China, a specific lane to the USA. And that way it will reduce your costs. Not only does it reduce your costs, but by reducing your costs, actually it makes your products more attractive internationally, which means you increase sales. This is strange. So you take these delivery services, and it's almost like a marketing spend. It will allow you to grow your business internationally. And I also mentioned returns before, and I talked about returns because you get products rejected by customs. Well, of course, these new delivery services will manage that for you as well. So the chances of you getting it to your customer first time abroad is much, much higher. So number three, what you need to do is think about returns, proper returns. What are those people going to do when they don't like the dress or the product that you sent them? In country, that's easy. You're getting good at that now. But abroad, what do you do? So you need to think about, do they send it to a place within the country and you send it back to the host country in bulk? Or do you have some other mechanism? So another mechanism, for instance, is to have a portal, a specific website that customers can self-help. It knows their order that they have. It knows where they come from and where the order went to. They can select the delivery or the returns delivery process that they want. And of course, once they've done that, not only can they return the product, but you get full visibility of that product coming back. And remember the proactive communication. If the customer is abroad, they get the same level of service and the feeling that you're cuddling them as closely as someone domestically. And visibility isn't the only thing that you need technology for. What you also need to do is make sure that dispatching internationally is almost as easy as dispatching domestically. So all of that paperwork that you have to send internationally, the CN 22, 23, or indeed the invoice, the commercial invoice, needs to be printed automatically so that when you pick and pack, you have all the paperwork there in one place. And don't forget the website. See, the website, when you purchase something, usually you might have static delivery options there. Now that's no good if you're trying to say one size fits every country. What you need to do is get your website to dynamically change those delivery options depending on the customer, time of day, type of product, pick up and drop location. In fact, there's several different iterations that you can go through to make sure that the delivery promise you create for an international customer and indeed a domestic customer is correct right the way through your process. Now, as I said, you need technology to do this. Which technology?